your Facebook and whatever. Okay. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Don't worry, I won't wear this get up for the whole show. Just to say hello to people. Don't panic. You look stuck. I have to cover up. That's why I'm wearing this. Hold on, I've got to let go. All right, come on, let me take you out. Come on, go. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. We are ready. Coco.
Good morning! Welcome, one and all, to Brighten Your Day. It's live, it's SPtv. Dawn, how are you?
Good morning. Happy everyone. I'm fabulous.
You look absolutely amazing. I have to say, you know, I feel a little bit underdressed now with my lack of seasonal attire.
You always look divine.
Oh, bless you. You are a sweetheart and also a very good liar. Welcome. And what have you been up to then, dear?
Well,
dressing up.
Apart from dressing up, it's been the school holiday. So lots of hanging out with the kids and trying to keep them busy as well.
Fabulous.
But yeah, other than that, just getting on in my day. And you've had your birthday, have
I have. I am now officially 44 and the first time in my life older than the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. But we'll skirt straight over that. I had a wonderful Saturday night doing a psychic supper at Sacred Souls. And I met a very lovely medium who I might perchance see today. A very good friend and excellent medium as well. But of course, it's good to see everybody here today. Happy Halloween, happy All Saints Day, happy Samhain, depending on whatever your tradition you follow. Yep. But of course,
and
we must.
We had Diwali. We hope you had a wonderful.
Gonna say we've had Diwali since the last time we met as well. Oh, a bit of a theme forming, don't you think? But of course, I know. Of course, my friends, we will be giving readings throughout the show. We've got lots to do, lots to see, lots to talk
share,
about.
Support our show and interact with us.
Like, share, subscribe. And remember, brighten your day.
Brighten your day.
So friends, good morning to Terry Louise. Good morning, Nick, Dawn and Richard. Good morning, Terry Louise. Good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Kathleen Boyle, good morning. First half, lovely. Love that.
Oh. Natalie Bentley, good morning to you. Yes, she is looking fab. She always looks amazing, to be fair, though, doesn't she? Darling. Welcome to the show, my love, and love the pumpkins.
Elizabeth, good morning, everyone. Kisses.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Hello. Jane G, hello, Nick, Dawn, Richard, and everyone. Good, absolutely good vibes. At this time of year, we do need to spread the vibes.
Absolutely. I think it's foot. Excuse me. Morning, Pete's. Happy Halloween.
Morning, Angeline. Good to see you. Cheryl Johnson, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you too, my dear. Love the pumpkin. Where is everyone getting these pumpkin emojis from? It's brilliant. I want one.
I've tried to supply you.
You have indeed.
Helen Mansell, hello. Happy you. I just sorry, Richard's just talking to us, and he's been very.
He's being.
Saying that he comes on screen, and people always complain they never get to see him. Well,
there he is. There he is. Typical Richard humour. We wouldn't have a Monday morning without it. Good morning, Carol Phillips. Welcome to the show.
Like, oh, we hope so for you, darling. Chance to see you both. Wonderful. SPtv.
John Ennis, good morning. Welcome. Good to see you, sir. Anyone who was in the VIP lounge on Friday night would have seen John Ennis working. Good morning to you, sir. Welcome to the show. Speaking of which, if anyone wants to become an SPtv VIP, it's only 37p a week. It's really worth it.
Heavenly Sprinkles. Oh, you were on last week's show. Bless you, darling. Good morning, all. Shh. Should be working, but have you in the background?
Your secret is safe with us. Linda Lilenta. Did I say that right really quickly? That's amazing.
You did.
Happy Halloween, Linda. Welcome to the show.
Look, Alison Turner. Good morning. Happy Halloween.
We've got Polly Harnett saying hello as well. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Polly.
Yes. Who was busy on the Sunday yesterday. Busy.
Did you say Stephanie Lloyd?
Demi.
Oh, Demi Lloyd. I see you on the screen. Demi Lloyd, happy Halloween.
Emma Mullen, good morning to you too. Good morning.
Good morning. We have Alison. Happy Halloween.
Oh, a long distance call here. We've got Kelly all the way over from Australia. Good morning to you.
Hi, mate. Terry Louis. Oh, hello.
Yes, we think so.
Installed internet connection. Oh, is it a bit rough, isn't it today?
You are very stuttery, so if I talk over you, I'm just covering space for you. It's not being deliberate. I just fill the gaps.
Angel, good morning, everyone. Oh, how beautiful! You've got the perfect name.
Absolutely. Now he's testing me, isn't he?
I think.
J-Marie Phoenix.
Yes.
J-Marie Phoenix. Hi there. Yes. Good morning to you too. See, it wasn't as bad as I thought.
The skeleton hand with that. Very nice.
Theme.
Kelly Marie Roberts. Good. Oh, that's gone off my screen. Disappeared. Good evening, lovely people. Happiest of Halloween from Blacktown. Good morning, Australia.
We should have known it was Australia with the good evening. That was a bit of a giveaway, to be fair. Welcome to the show, Kelly. Oh, it's 10 past 10 at night. Yeah. They're in full swing.
You're in full swing. Have a fantastic time. Have a fantastic real.
Sue Walls. Hi, I've got a shock. Happy Halloween. I have a cat. He sleeps on my settee. I went to make a drink. My cat's toy was on the floor, and I came back, and the toy was on the seat. Oh, spooky! Gonna say,
Joanne was on the show last week. Love, looking stunning in that picture. Hi everyone. Hi Richard, Nick, Dawn. Hearts.
Hi, Joe.
I'm back on the show ASAP.
And Linda Lilenta says, first time watching us both. Well, it's a good job I got your name right then, isn't it? Because there's nothing worse than getting a name wrong for someone who's new. So welcome to the show, darling.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Beautiful journey. Oh, I hope it will be. Good morning, loves. Hope everything is well. May through for me and us all today. That's a lovely and hearts.
Absolutely. And we certainly, with the things that we talk about and the subjects that we talk about and the conversations we have is always for the benefit of everyone. And of course, Spirit will reach out to us throughout the show and give us messages to give out from Spirit during.
There's a very special lady on the screen we have to say hello to.
Hello, Mum. Linda Brown, good morning. And of course, yes, I must say happy birthday to my big sister who celebrates her birthday on Halloween.
Oh, wow.
I'm not saying that I gave her a rough ride for that throughout her youth. You know,
I'll bet.
Naughty boy.
Heather Smith,
happy Halloween, Heather. And of course, Julie Caswell, good morning all. And there's a little spooky ghost there. Now, talking of little spooky...
Can I say hello to one very, very special person?
You can. Of course you can.
It's my eldest son, Gabriel's birthday, and he's going to be 8.
Oh, happy birthday, Gabriel.
So happy birthday to my gorgeous boy.
To you. Wonderful. Happy birthday. Well, speaking of celebrations and the lack thereof for some of us, and speaking of spooky things going on, a reminder to everyone. Here we go. There is a con artist out there. We know that already from much of our lives, but for anyone who is watching or follows, likes and shares SPtv, there is a rather unscrupulous individual running around creating a fake account, pretending to be SPtv, sending private messages and asking you to click on a link and get readings for this and do this and what have you. Never open it, never follow it. SPtv will never send you a direct message, will never ask you to follow anything, and will never ask you to respond in messages directly from an SPtv account. It is fake, it is not real. Report.
Any money.
And never, ever exchange cash. Any financial machinations that go on with SPtv, for instance, if you subscribe, that's all done directly through the website, certainly not through Facebook Messenger. Do not give them what they are after. They are after getting money out of you, basically, and taking advantage of the spiritual community that has been created by SPtv. And it is,
let's be honest, people, many people who spiritual community knew, they are people who might be grieving, you know, and they're nuts. So please do not even enter. Only SPtv. 37p become a VIP.
Exactly. So any financials go directly through the website, will never be through a off-site link. So I will say keep reporting them. However, at the moment, believe it or not, believe it or not, people, you know, need numbers to back them up, and just tell everybody, share that you've been bopped, share that you know that they're a fake, block them, report, block. Let's silence this individual or individuals, just in case there's more than one, and make sure that the world knows that SPtv is here for you. It's free. So like, share and subscribe, the one and only original.
Brighten your day. Let's get on with the show.
So what are we talking about today, Dawn?
Well, I should probably let you know that the amazing Amanda Seal on today, but we'll come to her later, just to let you know that she's around. She's
watching in the green room.
She's watching in the green room. We also have our full tarot, and was it tarot, and what was the special name of it again?
Tarot scope from the lovely Kate May. See, I wrote it down last week and transferred it to this week's notes because I know how forgetful I am.
Tarot scope, that was it. Tarot scope, I'd forgotten. Now today is not just about celebrating Halloween. Diwali since we last came on, also known as the Festival of Light. So happy Diwali to everybody else. And it was also your new for all the people who celebrate Diwali as well. Okay. It quick little excerpt. Diwali celebrates Rama's defeat of the evil spirit Ravana and his triumphant return. And as I said, also known as the Festival of Light. So it's like the triumph over
light over darkness,
lightness over dark, and positivity over negativity, and wisdom over ignorance. So one. And what else have we had, Nick?
Well, of course, when it comes to the Christian tradition, you've also got All Saints Day, which is tomorrow, because today is All Saints Eve. That's why it's All Hallows Eve, which is once again a celebration of all of the saints and their triumph over darkness and ignorance.
Absolutely.
And lest we forget, of course, we share a day, as many religious traditions do, with Samhain, which is the Wiccan festival, once again, of light over darkness. And there's a bit of confusion. Sorry, my love, you jumped there.
It has that common thread.
Yes, absolutely. And if we look at the time of year that we're in, of course, we're losing the summer and the sunlight, the days are getting shorter, and it is a time where we're approaching a darker direction in the seasons. And of course, most religions make use of the seasons to help people and also give something to help through those seasons. So you've got Diwali, you've got Samhain, you've got All Saints Day, trying to bring light into darkness, and that is the common theme at this time of year, because those that have got seasonal affective disorder, they really do need a pick-me-up. Trust me, I'm on the vitamin D.
Samhain actually means summer's end.
Yes,
in Gaelic.
Yes. I'd heard that, but I'd forgotten it, so thank you for reminding me. And of course, there will be other people with other traditions watching who will be celebrating some sort of seasonal festival that we haven't mentioned that also shares a similar theme. So share your messages, share your thoughts, share your themes.
So let us know what you're celebrating and what your traditions are. They might be different to how we, actually, let me just I do have a little list here of something here. Samhain, yes. In Samhain, it's a festival of harvest season, which you were saying, light over dark, and the end of the season. Been the precursor to Halloween. We have in Samhain, as do.
You're breaking up, my darling.
Oh, can you hear me?
You're back again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So friends, you might have noticed that Dawn's having a bit of a technical glitch, so she's going to do some rebooting, and we'll get her back on fully fledged, because we want to hear Dawn's voice. So as is now our tradition here on Brighten Your Day, we have, of course, the lovely Kate May's tarot scope. So it's always been something that I've always excited about saying. So Richard, roll VT.
Hello, my name is Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. Here is a quick astrology energy vibe update for this week from the 31st of October. So on the 30th of October, yesterday, we had Mars, the planet of destruction, the planet of war, but also the planet of passion and the planet of drive, going retrograde. So that means it goes backwards, or it appears to go backwards. Now it's going retrograde into the sign of Gemini. And Gemini is the sign of communication, of writing, of emails, of choices, of decisions, of technology. It's not quite Mercury retrograde. but it still has its few bumps over the way. Now, when it is in Gemini, this could indicate that there may be some issues to do with speaking, issues to do with discussions, issues to do with technology, particularly to do with writing or emails. So you're going to need to be super, super careful how you say things, how you approach people, what you send. So as well as double checking everything, also be aware of your tone of voice or your tone of messages. You know how things can get misinterpreted there. Although it is a passionate sign with Mars, it's also a rage sign as well. So that can bring in a little bit of a clash with people trying to communicate in a calm way there. So just do a little bit of a check-in around yourself.
Hello.
Now, Mars retrograde, because we've got the Sun in Scorpio, which is about sensitivity, it's also about death and change and transformation and hidden things. Scorpio releases things that have been hidden, it comes to light. So there could be some past emotional things that you've been going through that you've buried. And now with this Mars going back into that communication sign, it's highlighting it again. So you may find that you need to readdress things that you've put on hold. And that can stir a few emotions for you. So this week's energy, it's really important that you're kind to yourself, that you take yourself out of any drama, that you take yourself out of any situation that could blow up or that could end up going a bit chaotic unintentionally there. If you've misread something or you've took something the wrong way, be aware of that Mars retrograde in Gemini. This is in Gemini retrograde right up until the 12th of January 2023. So we've got it for a little while. Can you imagine Christmas time with lots of people coming together and perhaps tensions rising? Let's try not to. But this week particularly, really try and be mindful how you're saying things to each other. If you know that you're somebody who's super sensitive and who can perhaps take things the wrong way, you might find you're better off just removing yourselves from anything that could cause that this week. If you've been bubbling over something that you just want to say, be mindful that the words could come out perhaps a little bit harsh than what you really want to. So try and remove the negative words and replace them with love. If that is too much for you, you're just going to have to tuck yourself away for the week and read up on things. Read up on lots of things that you want to go back over. Now, if you've been doing projects, if you've been working on projects, particularly projects that have got anything to do with the internet, anything to do with bookwork, lots of emails that need to be sent, just like we do in Mercury retrograde, where we do check over everything, Mars retrograde in Gemini is asking you to do the same. Make sure that everything is blending well. Make sure the sentences make sense around you. Make sure that all the words are spelt correctly, particularly. And whatever you're putting together, just reread it a couple of times. Perhaps get someone else that you like, that you trust, to read over it as well. Because we've got the Sun in Scorpio energy, be prepared for that emotional roller coaster that many of us go through when we hit Scorpio season. It is a very intuitive sign, so your intuition is going to be working overdrive. But sometimes our intuition connected to Mars in retrograde can get 2 and 2 and get 5. So you may not want to make something a mountain out of a molehill, or you may not want to accuse something of happening until you know what the facts are. The best thing to do though during this time is just have a little bit of quiet time. Spend time doing things that you enjoy. Take yourself off in nature, read a good book, just have a little bit of a downtime. Once we get through this period and move into next week, we've got some energy changing next week that lightens it a little bit. Things will become a bit easier. When Mars goes direct in Gemini, things aren't quite straightforward. So we start to turn the energy inwards. We internalize things, which can intensify our personal situations as well. This is a really good time though to approach anything that we are working on and reassessing it. Retrogrades give us a chance for a second chance. So we want to reassess our current projects, our approach to things, what we want, what our desires are. Rather than directly going for something, we return back a step so that we can reassess things and have a look at things in a more detailed manner so that we don't miss opportunities along the way. So have a fabulous week, guys. And don't forget what I said about being careful how you say things.
Well, I say we are back. I am back. Dawn will be back in just a moment, and in a few moments' time, we're going to bring on the lovely Amanda Seal. Thank you, of course, to Kate May for the lovely horoscopes. Here comes Dawn.
Sorry about that, folks.
So, and we can see you. Your costume was lovely, but we can see your face now, beautiful as ever. So shortly we will bring our lovely guest Amanda Seal on. But friends, everyone who's watching, share your stories about this time of year, what you feel this festival of lights, this light over darkness means to you. Because one of the things that we learn in this way of life, I believe, is that we recognize those themes that are important, and they get recycled into different traditions as the world of spirit tries to update the message. That's the way I believe it works. So share your personal emotions and feelings behind it, because the more we understand each other, the more we understand the Great Spirit, and the more we understand the Great Spirit, the better we are. And of course, a hello to the lovely Leslie Moulton. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling better. And I know that we will be having you back on SPtv very, very soon. So shall we make a test now? Dawn, are you there?
I am here. I'm back. My connection, so hopefully I am back. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you, and it's a lot less stunted and stuttery, so it's good to see you and to be able to interact with you as ever. So remember, friends, get involved, share your stories, tell us what your meaning is for this time of year. And you never know, if we see your name and you like, share and subscribe, one of us will give you a message throughout the show.
You never know. You never know. So as I was saying, it's Halloween, okay? The Gaelic festival. You have bonfires, feasts, and it's a celebration of respect and honouring of the dead, what we call the dead. Those who have passed this. It's a traditional there's a tradition called the Dumb Supper. And I found this fascinating. It's called the Dumb Supper, and it's a meal that is eaten in reverse, so backwards. It allows the silence to allow the participants to interact with the. I did not know that.
No.
That's not me.
You always
about why it's backwards, but I found that fascinating.
Yeah, it's important that we always do our research and find out about these things in more depth. I mean, I'm aware that there's a lot of people argue as to the reason behind why we dress up at Halloween. Some say it's the Christian tradition, some say it's Samhain. It actually started with Samhain trying to scare ghosts off, not the current candy associated festival, but it is fun for the kids. So it gets everyone out having fun and dressing up and getting together and sharing a little bit of their light. So what do you think at home? Tell us all about it, and we'll share your comments, because it's your show.
How you're celebrating and what your experiences are in your family.
Brilliant. I don't. There's no name in that box.
Oh, there's no name. But if it is your birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
So, Dawny. Well done, Jane. Thank you. Happy birthday to your brother.
Jane, happy birthday to your brother.
Absolutely. So, drum roll, please, because I'm very excited now. Let's bring on our guest today. Give it up. a huge drum roll, please, for the lovely Amanda Seal.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
How you doing,
Hello.
girl?
Good morning. Happy Halloween.
And to you, my love.
Happy Halloween to you too.
Thank you, Dawn. How are you guys? You all right?
All good
Very,
here?
very well. Very, very well.
Good. And you've got your doggy. I've got my doggy down here. I thought I better put her down. She was growling when you were talking a minute ago. I thought,
Yes,
right
it's
now.
nice to confirm that it's your dog and not my stomach.
Yeah, exactly. Or mine. Yeah.
Welcome.
But thank you for having me. Thank you, guys.
Always a pleasure. And of course, I did mention, obviously, that I saw a lovely medium on Saturday. We were working in the same venue on Saturday night. It was good to see you, even though it was a bit of a shock. I didn't think you expected to see me there because I don't get about much, you see.
No, you don't, do you? Bless you.
I'm trying to change that now, you see. So it's good to have you back.
It was nice to see you, and it was nice that you brought your mum as well. So it was nice to see your mum.
Oh, lovely mum.
She is as much a trimming and trapping of my work as the collar itself. In fact, she gets out more than the collar does these days. But so, Amanda, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Well, I've been putting together. I've been doing lots of readings, lots of spirituals, lots of platform, lots of churches. But I've been putting together a show, which I've kindly been allowed to come on and talk about. So I've been putting together a show because I don't know how many other people know, but my other job, and I want to say, someone say normal job, but I don't suppose it's normal, but I'm a singer. So that's what I do. That's what I've always done, really. And before I even realised that I was a medium, and I was a singer, and that's how I made my living. And I decided to put the two things together. But this mediumship thing came completely out of the blue, you know, because I was doing my thing, you know. I was singing abroad, I was on the cruises, I was doing all this, and then all of a sudden, change, left turn, and no, you're not. No, you're not anymore. You're not doing that anymore. But passion is, my singing is my passion, you know, is my passion as much as my mediumship is. And I was always told about 12 years ago, when I had a reading from a lady, she said, oh, you're going to put it all together and do it all together. Never really understood exactly what she meant when she said that. Now I understand that. Now I understand that. And I come from that sort of family. So my mum, growing up, she had her own dance school, which was really successful in the local area. My dad was always into amateur dramatics. I think he does a bit of work on films, and he was a bass player. And my great grandfather was did a lot of Hollywood films. And just as I was sitting here thinking, that is so strange, because one of his films that is I think it's quite an iconic film, but it was with Bela Lugosi. It's called White Zombie, and it was one of the first horror films out there. And when you watch it now, it's hilarious. But funny talking about that, you know, how it comes down the family and how it's Halloween. And if anybody likes those old black and white films, it's go and watch White Zombie, because it's quite funny. It's he is the German doctor, but it comes down in the family, and I have to carry that on. I have to, because that's me, and that's how I express myself. Yeah, and you know how spirit love music. So absolutely. I've got a exactly. So I've got the next date for the next show is the 2nd of December, and it's at Streatley Village Hall in Luton. And that's when the next show is. So
if you're in the area, guys, please do go and see.
Yeah, you can always, I think Richard will put my Facebook page and stuff down there. If you want to contact me, you can message me, and we can sort out tickets.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Now, Nichols, who was on last week, she says, I love Samhain as into the spirit world stronger. I find it's a time of reflection, preparation into winter, and taking out to reconnect to our past. That's lovely. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that is so happened to me as well. I've never really thought about it like that, about reconnecting to the past, but that has so happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The
in
last
actual
few
fact,
days.
it's along the same theme of what you was just saying about,
Yeah,
you know, the movie.
About
And
your family life.
yeah.
absolutely,
Definitely.
quite right too. And I suppose that is literally what we are supposed to do as mediums. You know, often people just want the proof of survival, but there is a message behind that. And for me, in my view, Amanda, that's what your singing does. It gives that message. And I've got to say, if you haven't heard Amanda sing, you are missing out, because she don't half belt it out the park.
Stunning
The
voice.
emotion.
Thank you.
You know, and it is because we forget sometimes when we do readings and we have hymns and we have songs, you know, they have such an emotional connection. And spirit will influence you on what you sing as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. That's
The
happened.
more you're, and you'll find this, the connection with spirit gets stronger with certain songs as well. Certain spirits for you.
And you know how you, as a medium, you build up your little sort of code book, as it were, you know. Spirit give to me that I know what they're trying to tell me to give to the recipient. You know, there's certain songs that they give me the title, and I know that means that, you know, what I have to say. Do you remember that song, Where's Your Mama Gone? Where's your mama gone? Where's your... Yeah, I had that in a reading the other day, and it was like, yeah, he loved those 60s songs, you know. So it comes through like that. Yeah, it's lovely.
Fabulous. Pamela Gretorix. I suffer with seasonal affective disorder. I do try to get outside. The autumn colours. Yes, and I completely agree with you.
Oh, yeah.
I suffer from SAD as well, so I do know how you're feeling. So, you know, if you are at anywhere near Streatley Village Hall on the 2nd of December, get yourself a ticket and go and see Amanda, because she will bust the darkness with her voice and her mediumship as well.
Yeah,
absolutely awesome. Yeah, and one of the people that go to my church is very interested in sound.
Hello, Cheryl.
Oh, Cheryl Dunstable.
So come down, Cheryl. Come on down.
Get down there.
Not too far at all.
Yeah,
absolutely.
only up the road.
Yeah, one of the people that come to my church is very much interested in sound healing. So as well as the words, there's the frequency and the vibration, which we hear spiritualism talk about all the time.
I agree with that.
That influence with your songs as well.
Because I do get a lot of bookings for old people's homes or care homes. I did do a lot of that as well. And okay, it might not be the most touching songs, but I do incorporate the slow songs with them. And you see the people sitting there, they might not remember what they've had for breakfast, but as soon as they hear the song, they come alive again.
Yeah.
You know, just what does that tell you? Do you know what I mean? And what does it tell you when you hear a song in a minor key or a major key? I don't know what that is. I find that amazing. But when you hear Adele songs, oh my God, just does something to you. But when you hear, you know, other songs in a major key, you're like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, you know what? Don't know what that is, but it just goes to show that frequency. It's a lot to say for that.
It touches you somewhere. You don't know where it comes from, but it touches you.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Helen Winslow, she says, oh, she's got off my screen. Hold on.
She'll be back.
Pumpkin carving was always so much fun when my son was little, and still the children's Halloween parties, yes, always great, and a chance for adults to join in too. And Halloween and go jive dance.
Jive dancing.
Superb. Love it.
Music definitely is the key to the soul. And you know, the food of love. Music be the food of love. Play on. I know. But it really is just one of, and in actual fact, there's a serious side, as Rebecca Whelan has just pointed out, that music has kept going during her serious illness. So I'm sure that sound and those words and those emotions that are input into it as much as give out.
Well, you know, when you listen to those recordings of Leslie Flint's sessions, and how spirit come through and say how music is so important to them over there, and they have these concerts and, you know, these lovely sessions with music, you know, and you just think,
along with the music vibrations. Magnificent.
Fantastic.
Even when I just clicked on Instagram the other day, and there was just a tiny little video, and they had I don't know what the machine was called, but they got it attached to a cactus, and they had the music coming through the cactus.
And it was it one of those dancing ones?
It wasn't. Trust you to go there, Nick. It was serious, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, darling. It's fascinating.
Music leads to movement, so you know. At least I kept away from the trout, you know, because you know that could have really brought the theme down.
Oh dear.
You've not seen the singing trout?
The singing trout. We'll send it to you later.
Oh, I remember like a radio, and it moved when you're it's sort of like yeah.
I apologise for bringing the tone down.
Pardon the pun.
Yeah. Oh, bravissimo.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, I must be waking up now.
So I think we're gonna sort of start making a start on some readings, I think.
Yes, and of course Rebecca, healing on the way. Of course, I've written your name down.
Rebecca, to you. Absolutely. Can I have a couple of names, please? Richard, please, that would be lovely. Thank you, Richard. Friend, oh sorry, can I just read that? Can I just read that last one? That was fun. From Terry Louise. My friend does a Halloween party for my girls every year. It's a Halloween wonderland in her home. Apple carving, potion making, in the cauldron, and all things magical. Fabulous. Have a wonderful time.
Enjoy.
Carry on, Richard.
Carry on, regardless.
Carry on, regardless. Okay. There was one person I connected to just now. I think it might have been Mans. Did she comment? Can you just check for me, Richard, please? I think it was Helen.
Helen Mansell.
Name cap. Yes, thank you very much. When I hear music, I dance and my face lights up with the biggest off on others. It does. Share a smile. Share. It's like it's like the flu. Wonderful.
It's contagious.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Helen, are you happy to work? Because I feel connected with a gentleman who's coming through. Okay. This one I have with me, he's coming on my, this would be my sort of my, okay, so I feel with him, I feel a sense of seriousness. There's an underlying current of, I can't be overly serious. I have a real full younger side to me. I feel with this gentleman. And I feel like I could be, I'm definitely on I could be grandfather on your mum's side, okay? But I do a very relationship with your mum, so we were very close. If you understand this, gentleman, please let me know. Let us add up into the comments. She's put yes, thank you. Is that yes, thank you?
I think that's to the reading.
You're happy to have a reading. Wonderful. Thank you. Speaker with this gentleman. I was good at able to listen, but I was good with words. I was very good at explaining myself. Okay. Let us know in the comments if you can get down the connection with the gentleman. I'm just bringing him a little bit closer. Would you understand that on mum's side? Lovely, thank you. Would you understand that you've had it's long ago, because he's talking about a reading, so I'm presuming not long ago, okay, and he's saying that you felt a sensation of me over your shoulder, as am I right now. And he wants to help you be more good with your words. He's stopping me from talking right now. He's making it difficult for me to explain myself. So towards the end, this means to me that he would trip words, and that you sometimes trip over your words. Influence you. Let me know if you understand this, please. But there is also a love of going to the big bonfires. Yes, always with me. Wonderful, wonderful. You always feel him, and you've got a connection, which I know sounds strange, but he comes to you close over your shoulder, and he wants to talk about you standing too close to the bonfire. You know, when your face starts burning, just obsessed with the bonfire, and you loved it, absolutely loved it. As he's bringing in now for me. He's bringing in. I don't know if I've got ravens and stuff. I've even got ravens and pumpkins on my skirt. But he wants to. What is it? You don't understand the bonfire? Okay. If you let me know the bit you don't understand, and I'll try and get some more information from him. Okay. As I work, he's bringing in a crow or a raven. A message for you, like a messenger, and this is a right. Yes, love bonfire, wonderful. Let us know what it was you don't understand, so I can from him. But with the raven, it's a message. It's like something you're going to hear some information, you're going to hear some news. Some news is coming your way, coming through like as a bird, okay? That's going to come and sit on your shoulder, okay? But you have got news to come. You're going to hear of something, okay? You're going to have a phone call, but you're going to have some information, some news come to you, okay? Right. Perhaps you don't understand about the reading you've about.
The talking bit.
The talking bit. Okay. His words are, I was a good orator. He said
orator. Oh, nice word.
Ooh, that is a lovely word. Not in my vocabulary, so that's definitely his. He was good at speaking. Clarification. Here's my sweet. Call you honey. He's saying the word honey. He's not away from me now, so I'm not getting as much from him. Interview, as we pass, he mentioned an interview. Okay, I just want to ask him to give me something to you at the end here quickly. He gives you autumn, but he's giving you falling leaves, and I know that obviously it's autumn, so I think to everybody else. I hope it's good news. As boy, do I need some help.
Oh, bless you.
Wonderful. So he's bringing in, he's raining down on you, basically, these leaves. And leaves to me personally, forget the time of year, but leaves to me personally mean letters, so information, positive information that's coming to you. Okay. Wisdom coming to you, be aware of news coming to you. Okay. And so the leaves are coming to you, and they're not just brown autumn, there's also green, good news coming to you. Okay. And I'm gonna leave that. This is coming to you, and Granddad is always very strong with you. Okay. And I'm gonna say, God, this is coming your way. Take care. Happy Halloween to you.
Oh, wonderful. Bless you, Dawn. Well done. And I hope that helps you, Helen. I'm sure it will. Wonderful evidence there. Wow. Question. As it's Halloween and everyone says that this is when the veil is thinnest, we've got three mediums sit here on this screen and many at home watching. Thoughts? Do you fail a thin?
Peckled with your whatever that is.
Does anyone feel the thinness of the veil at this time of year?
Yeah, I've specifically, especially tried to keep an eye out about this because a friend asked me, you know, is that true? She said, and we were having a conversation about it. So I've been like, been really mindful of that, and I think I have this year. Maybe not so much last year, but that may be as I'm evolving, you know, as my gifts are evolving and I'm opening up more and being aware of more things. It might be that, but I feel like it has, or it does. I don't know. What do you think, Dawn? Because you've been doing this a lot more than me, a lot longer than me, probably.
I think it's possibly to do with the fact that open, we are more aware ourselves at this, you know, on this evening. Yeah. And I think, okay, spirit, my guides are just saying, are just coming to me, and they're saying to me that it was more accepted in their homes this time of year, going back, you know. And we would all be together, and you've either got a piano, you know, you haven't got a lot of, so you yourselves with a Ouija board and other forms of communication. So what my guides are saying to me is this was a common time of year. So yes, spirit are expecting you to be attentive, and then our minds are more open to this.
Yeah, makes sense.
Does absolutely.
Yeah.
So, thanks, folks.
Absolutely, and to be fair, I do agree. You know, we talk about a world of free will. We talk about a world where we can have input and our thoughts matter. If we are more aware of something at a particular time, then it is going to make us more attentive. Speaking of questions, Pamela Gretorex, I apologise if I get that wrong. Do you think that past lives affect us in this lifetime?
Oh, certainly. Can I tell a story?
Please do.
Absolutely.
Well, that reading that I was telling you that I had, where the lady told me I was going to do everything together, she also said to me, "Oh, I see you as a young girl. I see you as a young girl, maybe about 10 or 11." She said, "And I feel that you were quite happy as long as you had one toy." She said, "But you passed with something on your chest." She said, "You passed with something like a coughing or your chest, and you passed young." When I was born, Pamela, I was born with a scar on my lungs, and I had to go to the hospital, and I used to have this kind of therapy. I don't know, where you cough it all up, but I was literally born with a scar on my lungs. And when she told me that, I was like, "Oh my God, that's really weird." And I used to love my one little teddy. So yeah.
See, I'm gonna be potentially slightly more controversial with my thoughts.
You're Nick?
Yeah, I know. and this is not to say that I do not believe in past lives and that I don't think they have an impact, because I believe they do. However, there are certain elements that we should recognize, that we are here to learn about the current life. I think that our past lives and that which we were doing in the world of spirit before this physical existence have an impact. They set the tone, they create a theme. Certainly with Amanda's evidence, there is sometimes a physical waypoint or marker that can be impressed upon us. But do I think that they have an absolute control? Definitely not. I believe that we are here to make the most of what this life is, and for most people, they can't always or never even become aware of that past life.
Exactly.
So should they be excluded from that learning? So I think that those past lives affect the tone, give us waypoints and directions to go from, but is it necessarily necessary? Perhaps not, but it's great to know.
Well, Pamela's just said here, well, thanks for that, Amanda. I'm afraid of water and fire, and it feels like something I've brought from another lifetime. Literally, just before Pamela put that comment, I was just going to say to you, Dawn and Nick, how are you with swimming? Because I was absolutely petrified of water. I remember my mum and dad trying to take me into the swimming pool, and they couldn't, and I didn't learn to swim till I was 13, so I wasn't aware. And it was only just recently that I put that correlation together, that maybe that's something from, doing this work. And we're talking Halloween and being how they used to call medium witches, and they used to drown them and stuff like that. And it's funny that Pamela, you read my mind. Absolutely. There, Pamela. And
she's afraid of fire.
And so.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, Richard's just talking to us. We know you can't hear him.
Yes. So the great voice in our ear has suggested that there is someone that knows a great deal about past lives that could come on the show. So he's going to work on that. And like I said, I'm not knocking past lives. Sometimes I've heard things from people who do believe in past lives and who are so into it that sometimes they don't think about the current one, and that's always my risk. Pamela says I can swim, but I don't like my head going. Absolutely.
No, I don't like
I mean, I can't really comment, because it was this life that I nearly drowned in when I was about 5 or 6. So, that will probably impact the next one. But I mean, sometimes you hear people saying, the reason you are, and I'm sure that none of you at home, and certainly I know Amanda and Dawn's heart, they would not say something like this. But as with everything, there's always the extreme view. That perhaps the reason you're suffering is payback for what you did in a former life. That I don't sit well with, because at the end of the day, we are here to learn. And so, like I said, these waypoints, these indicators, so the swimming, the scarring on the chest, and of course, I'm very much
punishment, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And it seems like some people like to use that as a way round punishment. And I'm not a big, in spite of the fact that I'm a Christian spiritualist, I know people will struggle to hear this. I'm not a big fan of retribution and punishment, because we all make mistakes and we all mess up from time to time, and we shouldn't carry that baggage with us for eternity. So, to see, look, the evidence is unrefutable. I could never deny reincarnation and past lives, because I've seen too much and hearing stories from people that I love and trust. But I think sometimes it gets taken too far.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, Nick, about that. My doctor's always said, you have to have an inhaler and stuff like that. Well, I don't use it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
So. I worked through that one.
Exactly. But you know, and I think that people often forget that the life that they lived in the world of spirit was also a past life, and that there would be so much to learn from that. And of course, Diwali last week, reincarnation is very central in Hindu faith and many other faiths, to be fair.
Yes.
And those that call themselves spiritist rather than spiritualist, the only thing that separates spiritism from spiritualism is the reincarnation. Everything else is pretty much the same. So fascinating stuff. Lovely subject. Thank you, Pamela, for a wonderful topic.
Definitely have that as a topic of one of our shows, and get a professional who knows that.
I don't know if I'm supposed to give a little reading, but I know that there's a gentleman. I think there's a gentleman with you, Pamela, he lost his hair on top of his head. He had his hair around here. I don't know if he's a grandfather or father, but he just popped in there, and I think he just wants to. I don't know if that was something to do with the swimming, or he tried. Because we're talking about that now. But this gentleman, he's a very smart man. He's comes forward in a suit. I don't think he was a manual worker. I think he was he worked with his brain, you know. He's got this lovely suit on. Maybe he put this suit on for a special occasion, but I want to say that he's strongly around you at the moment for comfort. I wonder if you can take that. But he just popped in there. I just wanted to say that.
Fantastic.
It's time for you to do. Sorry, he won't go. It's time for you to do something, Pamela. I feel like, I don't know if there's a grandmother clock or something that you've got that belongs to him or that side of the family. But when I see something that tells the time, I know it's time. You've been putting something off, and he's saying, no, you've got to just get on and do it. Take the first steps and it'll be easy. I don't know if he likes a bit of a drink as well. I've got a bit dizzy there as well. Okay, I hope you can take that, Pamela. But he just came in there as we were talking about the swimming. So
wonderful. Thank you.
Grandfather. Yeah, there you go. Could be
grandfather.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, wonderful. This is lovely. This is
lovely. You know the best thing about the show? It brightens my day.
It brightens our day. Absolutely.
Brighten out.
Well, my lovelies, I'm beginning to get my link coming through as well. Well, one of them anyway. One of my links kicking through. But shall we have our commercial? Oh, and Pamela has just updated. Yes, I need to get on with something. Wonderful, lovely. Okay, so Debbie Blushes, are you there? Are you still with us, Debbie Blushes? I saw your name. I made a note of it because somebody followed me, and it's a lovely name. Certainly is. Debbie, as I'm just going to start building up the link with you. Halloween's
not the same when the kids flee
the nest.
Family.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So Debbie, your name kind of like glowed at me as we was walking past, and petrified of heights. I'm going to stop reading just in case you give anything away that comes through here now.
Yeah.
Let me take my glasses off so I can see that you are there. Lovely. Thank you. I feel. I feel like I've got. What is that? Something about holes in the snow. So everything that I do, and everything that, for those that have never seen me work before, everything that I do impacts the message. It's kind of like I'm made use of. So the taking off the glasses, the actual wanting to pause and putting off coming through, that's not something that I tend to do. I like to just get on with it. But the whole idea of, let's have the breaks first, you know. So this person who's starting to make a connection, even though they want to come through, they would have probably been a bit backward in coming forward rather than forward in coming backward, and wanting to delay the inevitable. So there's obviously some kind of emotional and there we go, talking about the past, some emotional baggage that holds them back from saying the thing that needs to be said. As I get closer to this this gentleman, cheers. This gentleman, as he comes through, he's certainly someone who had a lot to say, but was also very good at putting things off. And it's almost like, you know, I don't want to see it, I don't want to hear it, I'm backing away. And so all of that kind of part of the personality with this gentleman as he comes through, I do feel fatherly, grandfatherly in the emotion. If it's a father, then there was a bit of distance. If it's a grandfather, it would have been a physical distance, because that's how I feel, that it's that wanting to be that parental figure, but there is some distance there, which is how I distinguish between the two. And this gentleman, as much as he's giving me this putting it off and putting it off, it's just about showing you his personality. It's not that he doesn't want to talk to you, because otherwise he wouldn't be here. He wouldn't have beaten the queue. So don't think that for a second. It's just a way of demonstrating what he was like in the life that he lived in the physical. I hope you can accept that, Debbie. Just keep commenting. Let me know, because I put my glasses back on now, just to let me know whether I'm, you know, in the right ballpark with you. But this gentleman. Thank you. I'm feeling pains in my chest. I'm feeling a rough throat. So I know that there would have been breathing and something wrong with the throat. Thank you, Grandfather. Bless you, Debbie. That there is this my throat, and the teeth again. It's the teeth, because actually I did that as I was trying to say about the adverts, I believe. So there's something about speech with him as well, because you know, I can rattle on for half an hour and not get bored or lost. So to trip over my teeth twice in 2 minutes is obviously a part of the message. So he would have struggled with his speech, or tripped over his words. And I feel for him that was part of the emotional connection again. But certainly thank you for he had got a good memory though, because he keeps bringing me back when I get on sidetracked with a piece of information. And it's really quite important, because this thing with the throat, it just feels like someone's gone down the back of my throat with sandpaper, is how it feels. And it really wasn't quite, really was uncomfortable. But he covered things up well, and what he's concerned about is you. He says you're certainly more in tune with your emotions than he was. However, he's worried about you following that same path, and he says she's a clever girl. She's a clever girl. She will give just enough to keep people off the backs, but there is a lot more going on than you let on. Thank you. Actually, he's referencing the talking about, you know, Halloween's not so much fun when the kids leave home, and he's saying, you know, you put that there, and it comes across as, you know, quite emotional, but actually there is this feeling of real genuine loss that you wouldn't necessarily share. So whilst he's saying, yes, you are open, you need to be a lot more open and tell people how you're feeling.
Had lung cancer.
Thank you, Debbie. Hopefully he'll take it away now that we've had that confirmation, because no, it wasn't.
Oh,
it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't the screen frozen. It was me. Literally. I do apologise. Actually, funnily enough, as we talk about that, and this is exactly the same problem with that you two share. He wants to bring the humour back in, bring the fun back in, and I thought, why am I frozen? And he went, you'll get him. So there is this humour.
I can feel joy and laughter in. I can feel it.
Absolutely. So he does want to bring that upliftment, does want to bring that laughter, and does want to bring that joy. And he's saying, you know, yes, it might not be as much fun at Halloween without the kids, but there's still an opportunity for a nibble on something sweet and tasty, which I think he would have liked, actually. Yes, and you know, mine's not alcoholic, but I do feel that he would have had a pause. but yeah, there's so much joy and upliftment and love, and wanting you to push forward, be uplifted, be filled with joy, happiness, love, and remember that there is. Wow, I do feel he was also very poetic, because he's just come up and said, there is always beauty in this world, no matter what. I'm reminded that we've been talking about autumn leaves and talking about singing. I'm always reminded of that song, and I actually wrote it down a few minutes ago. I'm reminded of that song that I used to sing as a kid. Autumn leaves upon the ground makes the world seem upside down. And the tune was rubbish, I know, because I'm definitely not Amanda Seal when it comes to sharing songs. But
that's quite good. You're through to boot camp.
Well, at least it wasn't a no from you. And you know, Debbie, you just said that you lost your mum last year.
Oh,
you've lost the physical. You haven't lost her, because you feel.
He was always singing. Yay.
I'm sure he had a better voice than I. Loss. And you know, I've said it in the past, and sometimes I need to correct myself with some of the things I say in the past. We never get over it, but we get better at managing it. And eventually we start to remember the happy times and the happy moments more than we remember the loss and the pain. And it helps to fill that void. Even though it never truly will, it will help. And, you know, the point of being able to prove that life is eternal is for the ability for them to come back and brighten. Oh, he was a crafty one.
Yes.
Brighten your day. So I do know that he liked those kind of witty jokes and tying everything together. We have that in common. But I know that he would have been so there with you every step of the way, and of course your mum will be as well. And he just said she's busy, because I said, is she there? Is it busy?
Oh.
And I went, well, that's a bit of a cop out. He says, no, because you have her there with you. Now, of course, spirit can be more than one place at once, I know, but it's important to emphasize that she's not interested in coming to talk to a plonker like me. She wants to be there with you and supporting you. I lost myself, but finally getting me back. Good. Keep going. Keep dancing. Keep singing. Keep remembering the good times. And I will say God bless you and hope that's all right for you.
Beautiful. That was a beautiful reading there, Nick. Thank you. That was lovely.
Even if I am smashing up the office.
That, didn't she?
Her name just glowed. You know, when you were going through your list, it was like, write that down. So I did. So friends, I think it's time for a commercial break. So the lovely voice in my ear, Richard, roll VT.
Are you planning a paid spiritual event, or looking for something to do this weekend? Then visit myspiritualevents.com. You can browse the listing, view the event details, watch a YouTube clip, look at a mini gallery, select dates and times, pay for tickets using PayPal or your debit card. Organizers can register for free and start selling tickets within minutes, be it for their online or in-person spiritual event. As an organizer, you will have access to your own admin dashboard, which will display information such as your income and your bookings, all in a simple and user-friendly display. It's free to use. Join and upgrade to an organizer. Come and visit us at myspiritualevents.com.
Hello. That is a surprise.
So that was a quick ad break, wasn't it? But we were just go on. Sorry, Richard. Okay.
So lovely. So thank you, Richard, for the VT and the warning that we were back. Love you. So friends, remember that Matt and Kirsty are not with us tonight, but they will be back soon. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and have a look at the magazine, have a look at the website. Don't forget to have a go at VIP and keep asking your questions, just like...
Oh, and don't forget the magazine.
Don't forget the magazine. Don't forget the magazine. Absolutely don't forget the magazine. Joe will be really cross with me if I did. And so ask your questions, just like we have one here from Eddie Montgomery. Amanda, your thoughts, please. I'm not sure how to describe it, but something tells me things and later they come true. For example, I have 2 sets of twins and a voice told me I would have them many years before. How do I focus to hear those messages?
Okay, so I it's very simplistic, and I think that we should always keep it simplistic. I think sometimes people think we need this big philosophical, long kind of, description of what we should do, and meditate, sit in the power, sit in the power, Eddie. That's it. That's sit in the power. And I tried, so sitting in the power it's not exactly a meditation, but you sit within the power of your own, in your own power. You are spirit, and spirit can come and blend forward with you. You give spirit that time. So I was always told, if you give spirit time, that you give them time, they will give you time back. If you give them time, they will give you the rewards back. It's a symbiotic relationship. You and spirit, spirit and you. You're not doing it all on your own. It's not the Amanda Seales show or the Nick Brown show or the Dawn Collinson show. It's a symbiotic relationship. They have to get used to your vibrations. And I feel the only way for them to do that, or that we've been told it millennia, and this has been a channeled message through, I can't remember which medium that was that did that now, but anyway, there was a very famous pioneer of mediumship back in the day, Eddie, and he said we should sit in the power. So this is sitting quietly, sitting within the power of where you came through from source, and then letting spirit come and blend with your energy. And the more that you do that, in my experience, so I when I first started this journey, I kind of thought, I kind of do it once a week or whatever, I wasn't really that disciplined. And then all of a sudden something clicked and I said, no, I'm going to be doing it every day. Okay, spirit, I do understand that we do have lives, but I do it every morning when I wake up. I try and do it, and oh my God, it wasn't something that spirit said, okay, right now, Amanda, from this Monday onwards, you're going to get a lot clearer messages. It doesn't happen like that. It's very subtle, but the messages started to become a lot more detailed. Things started to happen quicker for me. Spirit would come through quicker for me. I'd see things clearer. I'd hear things clearer. So it's just sitting and allowing spirit to come and sit with you, basically. Just invite them, sit quietly, shut your eyes, be relaxed, and just invite them to come and sit with you. Invite your guides to come and sit with you, whoever it is. It doesn't, we don't have to know. Just get them to come, and you will get. Then during the day when you're doing your home your housework, or you're doing your ironing or whatever, you'll be like, oh, okay, and then you'll see it'll come true. And like you say, for many years before you were told, and then it came true.
Yeah,
you never know what spirit's going to bring forward for you, and it's not up to us, is it, guys, to know that. It's whatever they deem important. So yeah, it's like a meditation.
Yeah.
There's many on YouTube you can find to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to back you up, Amanda, it was Gordon Higginson was a huge proponent of sitting in the power.
Yeah,
I'll never forget when I first started developing, my guide came through to me and said, I don't know how you're going to be a medium. And I went, oh, really? Why is that? And he goes, you never shut your mouth to give us a chance to get a word in edgeways. And it was their way of saying, just sit quietly, shut up and listen. Because I, as people might have guessed at home, I do talk a lot. So yeah, my guide was
to you before, Nick. Whatever comes out of your mouth is pure gold, darling.
The question is it fool's gold? Does it have a fool's mark on it, and can we prove it? But yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Amanda. Sorry, what was that, Mum? Yes.
Right.
Okay. So I have written, because I'm a good boy, just in case I forget.
Good boy, Nicholas. Good boy, Nicholas.
Streatley Village Hall, which is near Luton.
It's in Luton, Streatley
in-
Village Hall. Yeah, it's the 2nd of December, and it starts at 7:30. Yeah.
And I'm told that we have a link on a screen to get all the details for that. I really do recommend it. I'm absolutely honest with you when I say she has a mediumship that is packed full of evidence and the voice of an angel to boot.
Oh, thank you, Nick.
And you know, it's such
this time of year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So absolutely brilliant. And if you are about on the 2nd of December, go and have a ticket, go and join in, go and get involved. And, you know, it's worth it just for the music, to be honest with you. You know, the mediumship is absolutely stunning, don't get me wrong, but the music is brilliant. You will have a wonderful time if you go along to Streatley Village Hall in Luton on the 2nd of December. Well, we are coming to the end of our day, so I'm going to shut up and let. Hopefully, the internet connection will be long enough to let Dawn have a.
We have a question from Kathy Littlewood. She says, "I would like to ask if you can help me determine: is it part of the spiritual awakening, or just a coincidence that I've been seeing faces of people's portraits?" Oh, it's gone off the screen. I can't see. Right. They come through to me almost like sketches rather than a picture, but I do not recognize any of the faces, and they just scroll past my mind as I'm trying to go to sleep at night.
That used to happen to me.
I'm not afraid of it at all. It's just odd to me, and I don't know any of the faces.
That used to happen to me. Yeah, that's
There's not one medium I haven't spoken to that hasn't says yes, that's what happened to me at the beginning. Yeah. It's spirit trying to get to go to you, yoo-hoo. You know, it's you opening. You're starting to open up. Yeah, it's the very beginning stages of your journey. And as Amanda was saying, when you're doing your housework, that's the very kind of time, or when you're just falling into sleep. You know,
just waking up.
Because your mind is open. That's the you're
relaxed.
Free. Exactly. And spirit are like, oh, opportunity, and that's when they'll come through. You'll hear. I used to hear my name called.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You know, and it's what millions of mediums experience the same thing. It's just you starting on your journey. Okay? And however you're seeing these, like you're seeing them in sketches, you might see them really close to you, or they might be further away. You know, however you're seeing, it's what works for your mind. And as we were saying before about your toolbox, you know, whatever works for you in your mind, spirit will latch onto, and that is how you will start your journey. Just keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Meditation.
And if I could just add, remember that the word coincidence literally means two events happening at once, doesn't necessarily mean they're random. There is a design, especially when it comes to development, I believe.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Trying to develop, so that makes a lot of sense. There you go. You're trying to development. You're trying to do it. Therefore, it's blossoming. It's coming out of you. Wonderful. And as Amanda says, meditate.
Here. Oh, Kim Byrne, totally agree with you, Nick. It's hard to accept not being here, even though we know wholeheartedly they are with us. Yes.
Physical presence. We haven't got that cuddle. We haven't got that touch. You know, we haven't got their physical presence with us. But we, you know, that's all it is. We are just, as I'm always banging on about, we are spirit in a physical form. We are spirit here and now on this physical earth. Once we get out of this wretched old body, that, you know, then that's what's left. We are this free spirit. We are this spirit. That's all we've left behind is that body. So they are very much with you, heart and soul. They are always with, just a thought away.
Absolutely. It's what inside that makes it work, not the other way round.
Like
Emotionally.
that.
So thanks, G. I have to give credit to everything I say to my guides and helpers, because I just don't say anything. And Julie Caswell, she agrees that's faces is how it started for me. In actual fact, I will just share this one last thing, and then I promise to shut up. When I was but a child and I started seeing things, I used to have posters moving, and one in particular had to be taken down because it was getting to me so much. Adam and the Ants used to talk to me when I was trying to get to sleep.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't him; it was Spirit just using the poster. But so
There's
Adam and the Ants.
There's a joke there somewhere, I'm sure.
I could well imagine.
But yeah, just you starting on your journey. Keep going.
Yeah. So Terry said that's what happened to me now before I go to sleep. Just not sure what I'm meant to do with it. As Amanda said, meditate, sit in your power, your presence, sit in don't be afraid of silence.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of silence, because that's their opportunity to fill it.
Absolutely, definitely. When I'll just share very brief before we go off air. When my earliest memory of Spirit is when I was 3 years old, and I had Rebecca's put, oh my god, I loved Adam and the Ants.
Prince Charming.
I don't remember, but I can relate. When I was 3 years old, I was laying in my bed, and I presume I was scared. I don't remember the events very well, but I remember what happened to me. Spirit showed me a globe spinning around, like where your lampshade would be, but the lamp had disappeared. So that was what I saw, and there was droplets of water falling off it. Now you think, what am I going to do with that? And then I heard quacking sound, and I opened up the blanket. I knew that I had to move up my blanket, and there was a family of, like a cartoon family of ducks.
Wow.
And that was, and you think to yourself, well, what the heck does that supposed to mean? But I know in myself, I know that Spirit were trying to comfort a 3-year-old child.
Yes. Oh, how lovely.
That's always stuck with it. They didn't bring a spirit through. They didn't bring some great wisdom through, because they knew I was a little child.
Yeah, you wouldn't have understood it. Yeah.
Exactly. And that was the very beginnings. So whatever you see, that's whatever they can get to you. However they can get to you, they will use that. Just keep working. That's all I can say. Keep working.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Well, I will just say, thank you again to Amanda for coming on and sharing your truths. Dawn, as ever, a pleasure.
You too, Nick. So lovely to work with you, darling.
It is. And remember, my friends, remember that share your truth, be honest about your contact with Spirit. And Rebecca Whelan and I will both know that it's important to remember that ridicule is nothing to be scared of. So, wow, did you want to, before we go, just have one last question, Dawn?
When did you guys realise you were making? Oh, about 4 years ago.
Right. Okay. I suppose for me, when I was about, if I'm honest, when I was about 11, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nick.
Go.
No, I was just going to say I remembered a lot since 4 years ago. I've remembered a lot about my childhood. Like when I used to sit in assembly, and it was so boring. and I used to sit and I used to think, what is that behind the teacher there talking? There's like, I can see like the aura, the figure of like the lights behind this aura, but I'd forgotten that completely until, I don't know, about 2 years ago.
When it starts coming back to you.
The swimming thing didn't correlate that at all. Obviously, why would I?
Perhaps we should have a show. Perhaps we should have a show talking about all of our experience of how did we first come into this.
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah.
I think that would be wonderful. Absolutely, absolutely. And,
So interesting. Yeah.
and if anyone's interested, for me, I used to speak to my great grandmother before, when I was about 3 or 4, but I didn't find out until many years later that she actually passed away before I was born. But
Amazing.
getting into being aware of being a medium, and as the same with Amanda and Dawn, realizing it. I was 18 when I started on this path and this journey, sitting in circle, sitting in the power, meditating, guided meditation. If you can't find it, if you get distracted easy, I really do.
There are so many online out there. So many.
Guided meditation.
I think we're taken away from our true selves, aren't we? And our true selves. And when we come back to when you come back to your true self, when the pupil's ready, the teacher appears. You know, it's that kind of thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, and you were. I was totally off. You know, off doing gallivanting, doing all kinds of things, having a great time, but I wasn't my true, authentic self. You know, definitely not. I was coping. You know.
Yeah.
Wonderful,
Definitely.
wonderful. Bless you. Oh,
So Richard's just talking.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. I prefer that because you get the feedback quicker, don't you?
Yeah.
Sorry, we're talking with Richard again.
Flows.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
lovely. Can we?
Right. Can we tell them?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The voice that be has just said to us, we could have next week a very special, lucky SPtv person to come in, but you have to be a VIP. You have to be a VIP, and you can come on the show and have a reading live on the show with all of us. Okay, but you would be on video, so people would be able to see you, and you'd be able to interact instantly without us waiting for messages to come, you know, of your recognition. It would be instant, and it would be very special for one person.
Yeah,
you have to be a VIP.
Fabulous.
So get on and be a VIP. 37p.
Absolutely. That's wonderful.
Oh, Heavenly Sprinkles has said that she'd be happy to come on.
Fabulous.
As medium as well. So that would be a wonderful opportunity.
Fabulous.
Remember, it's all free at SPtv.
Yeah, I think that'd be fine.
Absolutely.
You want to come back, Amanda?
Yeah, love that. Thank
lovely.
you.
Oh,
I might come. We'll see if I'm not busy.
Gonna say, I think the WhatsApp group between us was going to be very quiet this week because we're already pre-prepared, and everyone knows too. So share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, get them to be on Facebook or YouTube.
VIP.
And VIP it. VIP it. VIP it.
The 37p. Oh, sort of like, yeah. Anyway, I tried. I made an effort.
Bless you. Excellent. Well, friends, it is that time.
Oh, we don't want to go, but we have come to the end of the show. So happy Halloween, everybody. Amanda, it's been incredible. Thank you so much.
Lovely to meet you, Dawn.
Thank you for coming on, and
Thank you, Nick.
we'll of course see Amanda next week as well. You know, exciting. So from me
and me,
SPtv.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.